once again in Spain. Dexter the Blade Jackson, victorious of the second Arnold Classic champion here in Spain. First time in Barcelona, which now separates him from the masses. Dexter is officially the winningest professional bodybuilder in the history of bodybuilding. And you can add that to go along with the Sandow Trophy in 2008. Dexter, you've got 9 Arnold Classic championships throughout these entire Arnold Classics. There's now 6 on 6 different continents. And you've got 1 in Australia, 2 here in Spain, 5 in Columbus, Ohio, and 1 in Australia. So how... South Africa. How sweet is it right now to be standing alone on top of the world?
Well, even though it's 9 Arnold Classics, you know, it always feels like it's the very first one every time you win. You know, so just standing up there with Arnold and being able to talk to him and go through that whole thing that we go through on stage with him, man, it's just always, you know, it's just mind-boggling, you know, just to be in front of such an all-time great and movie star and what have you. You know, I look up to him just like everybody else do, you know what I'm saying? So you never get too big on how many shows you win, no matter how much, you know, how famous you get, you still is always somebody that you look up to. Arnold's that man for me.
He's actually giving you this platform to be victorious and to talk to these fans around the world. But it wasn't without a challenge. I mean, Big Ramy was there pushing you very hard, coming off the Mr. Olympia, where you were highly disappointed. 3rd place behind Shawn Ray, and you shut the door on that, and you redeemed yourself here. But how did you feel the pressure from Big Ramy?
To be honest with you, Ramy was amazing, but I felt I was better than I was at Olympia.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if I beat him at Olympia and I'm better, I should beat him here too. That's my mindset. Yeah. If I was off, he would beat me, and he deserved to beat me. But I felt I was better, so I was better, you know, than I was from the Olympia. And that's always my thing. I always try and come in each show better.
Right.
If I do that, you know, then nothing else matters. You know, the rest is up to the judges.
Well, history shows that you're a bodybuilder that gets better the more you compete. We're headed from here in Barcelona to Kuwait on Thursday, and then to the Czech Republic on Saturday. What did you actually do? I mean, is there something traumatic that takes place after a contest, or do you eat and relax? How do you process it?
Yeah, my thing was, you know, as everybody know, when I fly, I get dry. When most people, when they fly, they hold a lot of water, so they have to get there early. So what my game plan is to stay home as long as possible, stay in my own environment, stay in my own bed, train with Charles, eat my meals on time, do what I have to do at home in my own environment. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have to leave till Thursday when everybody else left on Monday. You know what I'm saying? So I left on Thursday, got here Friday, and competed on Saturday. So that was a game breaker for me, being able to just be able to relax and all that stuff. And as I fly, got dry. When I got here, I was ready to step on stage. I had to drink a lot of water just to slow the process down because I get dry as I fly.
Well, a lot of people noticeably didn't talk about your age. I mean, we talked about the Kevin Levrone factor going into the Olympia and how great he looked for 52.
Right.
No one's talking about how phenomenal you look at 47, and you're 46 because you're beating all these guys. And it's based on your physique. Where does the age factor come in, if at all, with you?
The age factor doesn't come in with me. I'm a different specimen. You know, not just bragging or nothing like that. It's my parents, my genetics. I've been doing this for 17 years. You know, I've been competing at a high level for 17 years. Right. I've done 80-something shows, and I have no loose skin nowhere. So it's nothing to brag about. It's just I'm blessed from the gods to be able to have this physique, you know. So, you know, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and keep competing as long as possible, as long as I'm staying in the top 5, what I'm gonna retire for.
Yeah, absolutely. You said, look, as long as you're winning, there's nothing else really to go through. Yeah, you got a PhD, an MBA in this, bodybuilding. So what is the ultimate? I know you want that Sandow Trophy. Is that still something that you're constantly thinking about as you win these titles?
I need at least one more. You know, I need one more, period. You know, just to win one more, and then we'll go from there. If I can just win one more, you can have it back the next year, that's cool. I'm cool with that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I still got to build a taste in my mouth from last time winning and losing the following year. You know, so, you know, I've been able to continue to get better, training with Charles and all this stuff and getting bigger. You don't hear nobody saying, well, Dexter's too small no more.
No, you don't. You don't. So in hindsight, you lost to Shawn Ray. Did you take that because it was Shawn you lost to, or because you weren't able to process the reasons why you were in 3rd place?
Well, I feel I should have been. It should have been on me in the field. Period. Take nothing away from Shawn. Shawn's a great bodybuilder. I take nothing away from him, but pictures don't lie. The jumbotron, we looking up at the jumbotron, and especially where I came in Saturday night, just closed the door. I thought I was just, I thought it was being filmed. But I'm not a judge. The judge got their own opinion. I respect them. Shawn beat me. I'm cool with that. And just like I said, pick up the pieces. I know it's hard for Shawn to come in, multiple shows in shape. So I wasn't worried about that. I knew I was going to be in shape, so I knew it was going to be hard for me to deal with. Hard for them to deal with me because I get better every show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll be even better, hopefully. Well, not hopefully. I'm going to be better for Kuwait. I got to be better.
In Dubai, you won in Australia, you won in Spain, in Germany, in England. Is there some place that you haven't won? You've been everywhere.
Well, I got to win in Brazil. I got to win Arnold. I'm going to win every Arnold Classic before I retire.
So we're going to go to Brazil in March or in April next year?
Nah, you know what? I want to take a whole year off.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm not going to say that because I changed my mind more than a freaking...
Yeah.
So we'll see. The game plan is right now, I'm going to just take some time off. I was just, reflecting a little bit about, maybe taking a year off or just doing Olympic next year, but I don't know if I can do that.
I'm wondering if at this age that you would even want to slow down.
Yeah, I know.
Because when you slow down and take your foot off the gas, someone's going to be coming up that's younger along the way.
So that's why I just said just now, wait a minute, maybe, I changed my mind so much. I love competing early in the season, in the year, and then coming back, take a few months off, and then do Olympia. That keeps me, wanting to get in the gym, keep me training hard, because I think if I take a whole year off, I might get a little lazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm not guaranteed that I'm gonna do Brazil yet, but eventually I'm gonna have to do Brazil. And what other Arnold is there?
You got the one in Asia.
So that'll be very hard to do because it's only 3 weeks before the Olympics. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull that one off, but I definitely want to win Brazil and potentially win the Asian Arnold. So we'll see.
Is there anything beyond re-winning, because you've won the Olympia, is there anything beyond recapturing that title that leaves you wanting more? I mean, you've won everything.
Yeah.
New York Pro Championships, the list is long.
I just love my job. I love doing what I'm doing. I love competing against some of the guys, or all the guys from around. Excuse me.
You just ate, by the way.
Excuse me.
We did.
But I love competing against guys from around the world. I love the competitiveness of the sport.
Yeah.
When that's gone, then it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's very hard to say you're gonna retire or put a date on when you're gonna retire, put a year on it or whatever. When you're just winning and you're just training an hour and a half a day, and you're enjoying the rest of your time to yourself to be able to just do whatever. You can't. And I'm only 47 years old, almost.
November.
In November. So, and I'm too young to just retire. I've seen my parents retire and go back to work.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I know that's what's gonna happen to me. I can't just sit around. I'm gonna want to get back into business and do some type of work. So I'm like, if I'm only working an hour and a half a day, 5 days a week, and I'm still top 2 in the world, top 3 in the world, what you gonna retire for?
Well, you got your Dexter Jackson contest. Tell me about those competitions. When are they?
I got 3 DJCs. I got one in Jacksonville, Florida. Dexter Jackson Classic in Jacksonville, Florida. Then I have a Jack's Physique in Jacksonville, Florida. So Jack's Physique is the first one in Jacksonville. That is the first weekend in April.
Okay.
And then the DJC is my biggest. That's my baby. That's my very first one. That's usually the first weekend in August.
Right.
And then we have October.
Tennessee.
Well, we changed it this year. So now it's in July in Memphis, Tennessee. So we got, that's a Dexter Jackson Memphis Classic. So you guys can go to Built by Blade. That's my new website.
Built by Blade.
Guys, go check that out. It's one of the hottest websites, probably the hottest. I don't, when I do something, I try to be the best at what I do. So I guarantee you, you enjoy my website. It's probably the best bodybuilding website out there. As you see my YouTube video channel, I put out the best videos, bar none.
And your Snapchat's pretty good too.
And my Snapchat is good. I like to go off. You want to know the real me? You want to see how I act every day? You want to see how crazy I really am? Follow me on Snapchat, Mr.
right.
Olympia 08.
So, is there any animosity with Phil Heath? I mean, I know sometimes you have to develop some type of fury against the champion to win it. Is there anything about him holding on to those 6 titles that is under your skin at all, or is this just really about you getting back what you won back in 2008 and that feeling and the superiority complex?
Well, it's Mr. Olympia title. You want to win that title, and you don't care who's holding it. You know, at that point. I have no animosity against Phil at all. You know, he's a good friend. He's my boy. But when we fight for that title, all that's my homie shit out the door. You know, we're gonna be boys after the show. When we compete, and you know how it is. When we compete, man, you ain't competing for no $100,000 like we used to, or like you guys used to. You competing against some serious loot now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And all the prestige that comes with it now. You know what I'm saying? And Phil's done a great job. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's time for a change.
How is it competing against Phil back when you first got there? When I was there in 99, 2000, 2001, has the landscape changed a lot back in the dressing room, on the stage, the protocol of the judges, the organization? I mean, what is the noticeable difference besides the prize money? That's obvious.
That's obvious, yeah. And I think the noticeable difference is these guys are a lot bigger than they were when you competed. You know, Kevin's 245. I'm 240 at 5'6".
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, you guys got really hard back in the day, but, you know, we ain't slouches. You know what I'm saying? So it would be pretty interesting. You can't compare. You can't do that. You know, you can't compare, you know, these running backs to Jim Brown. You know what I'm saying? You just can't do it at different times. So it would be interesting to see how some of our top guys would do against your top guys. You know what I'm saying? So, well, I was in both areas, so
You were all through.
Yeah, but and when I competed against you guys, I was very young.
Yeah.
You know, you was beating me one of my first two years. And then you ran. You were scared.
Yeah, I got scared. I got scared at 35. I got whipped out. I got scared. But you've been competing over in 3 decades like myself. You were in the 90s, from 20 to 2010,
Right.
and now we're 2010 to 2016. And there's no letting up. Potentially, you have at least another 3 good solid years, which could take you to the ripe old age of 50.
Right.
And Vince Taylor was doing the Masters at that time. Do you have a window for going after this Olympia title? Like 3 years and I'm done? 50 years old, I'm done? Anything like that?
No.
So in conclusion, Dexter, you're $40,000 richer for your effort. I know you don't do it for the money. Right? You love bodybuilding. It ain't about the money. We're headed to Kuwait. $150,000 prize money there. Then from Kuwait on Thursday, the athletes will move to Czech Republic. Prague, you'll be there.
I'll be there.
And there's another nice payday there, and then you'll shut things down. How long is your off season? Will you shut it down and
Well,
wait?
I'm doing Olympia as well.
Oh,
in Germany.
Germany, October the 22nd, I
Yes.
believe it is. In Dortmund, the first time. Mr. Olympia Europe will be taking place for the first time, and then you'll shut it down for the holidays. And when I say shut it down, do you take that time away like Kevin Roney, just leave the gym alone until January, or
Yeah, I actually do.
just rest?
Yeah, I usually take about 6 weeks off in the gym.
All right. Well, Dexter the Blade Jackson, man, once again, winning number 9 for the Arnold Classic, if you're keeping count, and is the winningest professional bodybuilder in the history from Barcelona, Spain, at the Arnold Classic with the Arnold Classic champion, Dexter the Blade Jackson. I'm Shawn Ray, musculardevelopment.com.